What's up guys, GP here back with another episode. Today I'll be doing something I've never done before. I'll be comparing Delta-10, THCo, and HHC right here on camera. And I'll be seeing which one I like the most just based off of the current smoking experience. I have already tried the HHC. I have a review of the HHC up now. But between this Blue Dream THCo, Delta-10 Lemon Slushy, and the Lemon Diesel HHC, I want to see which one I'll probably prefer. Also guys, stick around to the end of the video and I'll let you know which one I think of the three is strongest. Just because I'm going to start out with this Lemon Slushy Delta-10, it is a 1 gram vape cartridge. In the past, Delta-10 has always been a more sativa, more uplifting effect. I hate to say sativa because I know that doesn't truly encapsulate what the experience is. But with that being said, more uplifting, something that'll be more on the, just on the uplifting side, not so much on the relaxing time to go to sleep. First thing I am busting open is this Lemon Slushy, and I'll let you know how it tastes. First off, Lemon Slushy is perfectly on par with what the taste is in terms of how it has such a strong citrus lemony taste. I can give you that off first rip. Also, I'm able to take decent sized drags of it, and it's not hitting the back of my throat like super harsh. In the past, a lot of Delta-10, because when I first tried Delta-10, which was when it kind of first came out, it was having a lot of the same issues as Delta-8, as people weren't able to find the right terpene to oil mixture. But Plain Jane usually always has their products on par. They kind of take their time to make sure that their products are usually pretty quality, pretty enjoyable smoking experiences. I expected the Delta-10 to be pretty nice. After that third rip, a few coughs, I'm starting to feel it in my eyes some. Delta-10 has always usually been one of the more subtle feeling ones, and I feel like that is because it's more uplifting. It's easier always, in my opinion, to immediately feel the effects of something that is more relaxing, something that immediately kind of rests your heart rate a little bit, helps you just chill out, helps you just kind of take in what's around you. I always feel like those are the easiest ones to detect right away, but with this Delta-10, I'm feeling it around my eyes. I feel my eyes pretty open, and I feel like a good rush of energy coming over me. I'll probably take 5 hits of each one, so I don't make the video too long. So that was the second, but not bad coughing at all. Definitely not too tight in my chest, anything like that. It's pretty clear pathways. I'm enjoying it right now. I'm actually really enjoying this session. This is a product, in my opinion, for someone who wants to have a vape product during the day, something during work maybe, something after work, but you still have some stuff to do, or even like a lunch break or something like that, to where you want something that can kind of relax you, but you also want something that can kind of pick you up and open your eyes. So with the Delta-10, I really like the taste. The Lemon Slushy taste is very on par with what it is. It tastes kind of like a lemon drop candy, and the effects right now are pretty uplifting, going straight to my eyes, but awake to my eyes, not putting weights on them, So next, let's get to the THCo. So like I said, next I am busting open some of this Blue Dream THCo. Blue Dream typically in the past has been an indica, more flavor indica, more terpene profile. So I would kind of suggest between that and the fact that in general THCo is also pretty relaxing, something that usually hits a little bit later. Even the coughing comes a little bit later sometimes. Sometimes you'll hit it and the cough will come up, it seems 10 minutes later or something like that. But the THCo has always been a very interesting product, as well as the fact that some people have said THCo has some kind of psychedelic properties. THCo oftentimes, especially with the edibles, can make you feel like you're a little bit trippy, I'm gonna see what this THCo cart is hitting for. This is a little bit of a darker, more amber color here in the cart. Let's see what it's like, guys. Already out of the 3, I can tell that this THCo is gonna be my favorite flavoring. The Blue Dream It's subtle. It's not too much flavoring added. And it's pretty neutral. And obviously with THCo, or not obviously, I know a lot of people don't know this, but THCo also hits very smooth, especially in the immediate. But be aware, guys, sometimes, like I said, that cough can kind of bubble up later, as well as the effects. A lot of times with the effects of THCo, it takes a little second for it to hit. So I'm gonna take some quick hits here during the video. I'm probably gonna chill actually like 15 minutes, and I think the camera needs to charge. So I'm gonna chill like 15 minutes after this, and that'll allow me to give the most appropriate THCo grade. As for the taste, the first taste that hits my palate is kind of like a blue candy that comes out, but like a slight flavor of the blue candy. Other than that, it's mostly just the oil. It's a pretty natural taste in it, a pretty natural taste with the THCo. I can't complain about that at all. But obviously the most important thing is, well, for me, smoothness is a very important thing, but THCo is always pretty smooth. But the next important thing, obviously, is the effect. So I'm gonna take a few more hits here, then I'm gonna take a 15-minute break, and then I'll let you guys know what the effects are. It's crazy in these videos. I've never really done a video where I do 3 like this, where I feel the effects of them kind of hitting me. But already I know with the THCo is going to take a second for it to really settle in, but I already feel it more relaxing me. That Delta-10 kind of took me up a little bit, had my eyes open and stuff. I already feel the THCo adding a little bit of weight to my eyes, making it a little bit harder to focus. I can already tell. But guys, let me take one more hit and then I'll be right back. Be right back, guys. So I actually set a timer, and it felt kind of weird. A time to smoke. I never thought I'd be setting timers in life as like, it's now time to smoke. Maybe a timer to know it's time to stop smoking, but a time to smoke, that's interesting. But I am feeling the THCo. The THCo is definitely affecting my eyes, and I know I'm gonna get some comments that like the Delta-10 and the THCo are mixing, and it is. And so I can give you a review to say that the Delta-10 and THCo mixing is nice, but I have experience with all these different cannabinoids, and I've experienced the uplifting effects of Delta-10 in the past, and I've experienced the relaxation of THCo in the past. And so I can say that the THCo is definitely bringing me down, relaxing me after that Delta-10 had really like brought me up. So I'm gonna take one more lash to the THCo, then I move on to the HHC. Did a whole review of the HHC alone. So if you do want to see a video that's just dedicated to HHC, feel free to check that out as well. But lastly, I will be puffing on some of this Lemon Diesel HHC. The Lemon Diesel terpene profile is actually very similar to the lemon slushy of the Delta-10. They both have kind of like that lemon tart, lemon candy flavor. I definitely like the Lemon Diesel taste more than I like the lemon slushy though. It's just a little bit, I don't know, sharper of a flavor. It doesn't, and this is probably has to do with the Delta-10 distillate versus the HHC oil. I might just like the taste of the HHC oil better. But yeah, I do like the Lemon Diesel taste better. And HHC is what a lot of people say is the closest thing to Delta-9. I don't like judging everything off of that, because I know a lot of people when they say best to worst, they're saying that the best is closest to Delta-9 and the worst is kind of further away. I'm not in that category of like thinking, but with that being said, I will let people know that the HHC is generally closest to Delta-9 in my personal opinion. HHC and kind of like THCP, I would say. But the HHC effects are always pretty hard hitting. I don't really feel like they've gotten the sativa and indica effects of HHC down just in general across brands that I've tried. But I will say that I think it's usually pretty relaxing. I was puffing on some HHC actually the other day at a concert, and it was relaxing. And even in the HHC video I did for this lemon diesel before, it was very, very relaxing, but it also had that nature of being a little bit uplifting. So it was more in that hybrid range, not just like any type of pure indica or anything like that, but it's also not just sativa. It has the uplifting and the relaxation without too much anxiety. So I'm glad I did the HHC, because I feel like the Delta-10 and THCo reviews are decently accurate, but with those two things already being in my system, I completely understand that consuming this HHC right now is not the most accurate test. So in terms of taste, I would say I think I like, it's kind of a toss-up between Blue Dream and Lemon Diesel now that I've had the Lemon Diesel. I think I might actually like the Lemon Diesel a little bit more in terms of taste. And in terms of my day-to-day cart, I would probably go with HHC. But out of the three of these, I would go HHC, then I would go Delta-10, and then I would go THCo probably. And that's because I feel like I can get a lot of the effects of HHC with it being a little bit more hard-hitting. Delta-10, I like it just because it was pretty smooth. It was a pretty smooth smoke, and that was enjoyable overall. It's not really that I don't like the THCo cart though. It's more that if I'm gonna consume THCo, I typically prefer it in the edible form. So guys, that is my review of Plain Jane's Delta-10, THCo, and HHC. Comment below if you've tried any of Plain Jane's products. I have had some type of code somewhere in this video, so you guys can use that if you want to show me some support. If you want to support yourself and save a little bit, that can also help as well. I appreciate you guys tuning in for another episode of the Cannabis Library. Once again, it's been a review of Plain Jane's HHC, THCo, and Delta-10. I'm GP, vaping on 3 different products, feeling great, floating off all 3 of them. I'll see you guys later.